Now I suppose it's everything is okay. Audio video is clear. Audio video is clear. Yes or no, children? Yes or no? The audio visual is clear. Okay. Now children, what was the last part we have discussed the other day? Which was the last part we have discussed? Have we discussed about the advantages and disadvantages or arguments for and against democracy? Arguments for and against democracy, have we discussed? Okay, so long we have discussed about what is the democratic state, isn't it? What is the democratic state? What are the features of a democratic state? Okay, I will be discussing. It's okay. Thank you. What are the features of a democratic state? We have discussed about the cases like countries like China, Mexico, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, where we have seen that although elections takes place regularly, but these countries are no longer, they cannot be treated as true democracies. Although elections takes place, but these countries cannot be treated as democracies, as we have seen that in most of these countries either one party dictatorship goes on, or the military is very strong, as in Pakistan. You have seen the case of Pakistan and others. Now we will see some of the advantages and disadvantages or arguments for and against democracy. Clear? Arguments for and against democracy. So the first, can you tell me some of the advantages of a democracy? Can you tell by your own self? We have discussed so long about the features of a democratic state. Can you tell me at least 2 or 3 of them? Can you tell me some of the features of a democratic state? Features, advantages or arguments in support of a democratic state. Can you tell? Power is in the hands of people, yes. Then, so as the power is in the hands of the people, you will have to complete this point. As the power is in the hands of the people, so the government is formed by the people, and as the power is in the hands of the people, yes, you can add this point with that point. That is, people, they can vote to the people of their own choices. They can vote people of their own choices. Any party or candidate, yes, very good. Democracy allows people to protest when things go against their interests, yes, because the government is answer. Second point is a continuation of what Roshni has said. Jasmine, the point given by Jasmine and Roshni will be put together, because the government in a democracy is answerable to the people. It is accountable to the people. It is answerable to the people. Clear? So if the people are not satisfied, what they can do? They can protest against the government of the country, and it can even dissolve the government. Yes, this point we have already done. We can elect our own choices. That is, power is in the hands of the people. So we can express our choices. We can elect the party or the candidate of our own choice. So together with that, I have told you one more thing, that in a democracy, certain rights and freedoms are given to the people. Yes, very good. Jasmine has given that point, that certain rights and freedoms are given to the people. Why? Yes, and this kind of rights and freedoms cannot be taken away. The rights and freedoms which are given to the people, they cannot be taken away. If certain rights and freedoms are given to the people, nobody can take away those powers. Those will be the powers of the people only. Even the government cannot take away those powers. This is the third point. Now, fourth one, that in a democracy, whenever decisions are taken, whenever the government takes decisions, it must have to keep in mind that what are the interests of the people. Whatever decisions the government takes, it must have to keep in mind that what the people want, what is the interest of the people, what is the people demands of the people. These are the things which they have to keep before the government forms certain policies or decisions for the country. This is fourth one. Fifth one, as the people are consulted in a democracy, as the people are consulted, this creates a sense of, the people, the self-esteem of the people. Self-esteem means the prestige of the people, is enhanced. Why? Because we think that we are the ones who have made the government, we have formed the government, and if the government is going to take up any policies or decisions, they must have to consult the people of the country. So, 5 points of advantages I have given to you, and as per the question pattern, as per your question pattern, as I have told you before, there will be questions of 1 marks, they can be questions of 3 marks, they can be questions of 5 marks. So if this is a 5 marks question, then we have already discussed the 5 points. But if it is a 3 marks question, then you will write only 3 points. Yes, why not? Whenever the government is not working according to our expectations, we can change our decisions. We can throw the government, we can protest against the government, we can bring out demonstrations against the government, because the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. No word limit as such. More or less, as I am giving you this particular information, that if it is a 3 marks question, try to put 3 points. If it is a 5 marks question, then 5 points. And if it is a 1 marks question, you know that 1 marks question should be to the point. To the point. Clear? Now we will see some of the disadvantages of the people. Some of the disadvantages of a democracy. Some of the disadvantages or arguments against democracy. First of all, in a democracy, the leaders change very often. In a democracy, leaders change very often, and it is for this reason that, there is instability in the government. If, for example, I am selected as a leader, and after 2 years, yes, this point only I am discussing, that the leaders change very frequently in a democracy. So if the leaders change very frequently, there is instability in the governmental process. There is instability in the country. If, for example, take for me, if I am elected as a leader and I am removed at the end of 2 years, so another leader comes. So another leader, what he will do? He will frame new policies again. So it becomes very difficult. Clear? Then in a democracy, you will find that there is political competition. So whenever there is political competition, whenever there is competition, what will happen? It leads to corruption. Usually, democracy is all about political corruption, political competition, and whenever there is competition, it will lead to corruption. Then thirdly, as most of the people, as this point I have told you in the advantage part also, that people are consulted. In a democracy, before taking up any policy decision, the people are consulted. Now this is one advantage. It can also become one disadvantage. How? If all the people are consulted, it makes a delay in taking up policies. If the government goes on consulting all the people, what will happen? There will be no chance, the government will be in a delay. If, for example, now an important policy is to be taken up, but as in a democracy, the people are to be consulted, what will happen? If the government goes to consult, it will, what will happen? It will become a delay. Yes, one more point which I was telling was that, in a democracy there is political competition, and as there is so much of competition, there is corruption. Together with corruption, there is no sense of morality. Morality is a moral value which you will not find in a democracy. And one more point, fifth point, you know, in a democracy you will find use of money and muscle power. You know, people, those who are rich, what they do is, you know, they try to give donations to the parties, and the parties, they try to make policies, they try to make laws which will be beneficial for those rich people. And lastly, one more point is that, you know, as all the people are given the right to vote, we all know that all the people are not educated. So at times they don't know whom to vote and why to vote. This is one of the, I'll say that one of the very common disadvantage of a democracy, because in a democracy all the people are given the right to vote. So as all of them are given the right to vote, you know, people are ignorant. People are ignorant. If people are ignorant, if people are illiterate, what will happen? They cannot use their voting rights properly. Clear? They cannot use their voting rights properly, and if you cannot use your voting rights properly, you cannot call it to be a proper democracy. So with this part we come to an end with your first chapter of your syllabus, that is democracy, when and how. Clear? And now one thing, what is democracy and why democracy? We have come to the end of this chapter. We have discussed what is democracy. We have discussed what are the features of democracy. Then we have seen that different countries having election system, but they are not called democracies. Why? We have seen the advantages of having a democracy. We have seen the disadvantages of having a democracy. Clear? Am I clear? So in the next class, children, pay attention to what I say. In the next class, when I am having your next class, please have your civics copies in front of you. I will start with the other chapter. I will explain a bit of the other chapter, and I will make you write question and answers from this chapter 1. Did you follow what I said? You have your civics copies in front of you. I will make you write a bit of question and answers from this particular chapter, and I will start explaining the sixth chapter, that is the constitutional design also. So half of the time I will use for making you writing the question and answers, and half of the time I will use for explaining the second chapter. Is it okay for all of you? If you have any questions from this chapter, you can ask me. Okay. Ma'am, but there is advantage on taking important decision. Yes, children, for example, this one, Jasmine, I am giving you one example of your classroom. Clear? See, for example, the school has said that immediately every class will have to choose monitors. Clear? Not monitors, some policies and decisions must be taken, some rules should be framed from all the class, and I am your class teacher. So what happens, I said that I will consult the children of all the children of class 9 pi, and I will make the rules and regulations, but I have only half an hour with me. If I go and consulting all the children of class 9 pi, can I finish up my work on time? No. So what I will do, you know, from every group I will try to take 1 or 2 members, and I will try to consult amongst them, and I can frame up the rules and policies. If I go on consulting all of them, remember what will happen, you know, I will fall short of time. So instead of consulting all of them, what I will do is that I will consult I'll take representative from all the groups, and I will frame up the policies, so that the time which I have been given, I can complete it within that. If you are having so much of population in India, so many crores of people are voting. So if I go and consult all the people, crores of people, imagine what will happen. So we have sent the representatives, we have chosen representatives by means of elections. So the government consults them and then they frame up the policies. Yes, why not? It can be removed. That's now what I told you. You know, if all the people are ignorant, what can we do? We can raise awareness. We can raise consciousness amongst them that what is vote. We can orientation programs. We can settle up awareness programs. Then we should stop. A law should be made where use of money and muscle power should be stopped. Corruption must be stopped. In this way, what can we do? We can remove all the disadvantages which are there in a democracy, and we can make democracy as one of the best forms of government ever possible. And there is no doubt there. There is no doubt to this fact that democracy is the best form of government ever found in the history of the world. No other form of government can be as better as democracy. So whatever problems we have, we must have to remove them by awareness programs, campaigns, proper orientation programs, by strict laws coming up where use of money and muscle power should be stopped. Clear? So we have come to an end with the chapter, that is what is democracy, why democracy. The best way is to, yes, what just now I have told you now. This one. Awareness amongst the people, yes. And together with that, proper laws also should be made where, you know, there are parties who take donations from big industrial groups and they try to frame policies which will be suitable. For example, you say, name some of the biggest industrialists of India. Name at least one big industrialist of India. Tell me. Can you name one? Yes, Mukesh Ambani. So if the party takes money from Mukesh Ambani, what will happen? It will have to make those policies which will be favorable for Mukesh Ambani only, not for the people of the country or the Tatas. Isn't it? So we should stop the use of money and muscle power, so that not only Ambanis and Tatas will be benefited because of democracy, but also all the people of the country should be benefited. Am I clear? So we come to an end with this chapter. Next day, have your copy, and also I will use half of the time for writing the answers of this chapter, question and answers, and half of the period I will explain the other chapter. Okay, thank you very much, dear children.